Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best drum machines in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 9. Arturia Drum Brute Impact. Arturia's Brute instruments always pack a punch, especially Drum Brute Impact. The all-analog drum machine is the younger sibling to the Drum Brute, combining 10 big drum sounds with a powerful 64-step sequencer, which you can use to program up to 64 patterns. You'll find dedicated circuits for kick, 2 snares, toms, cymbal or cowbell, closed and open hats plus a versatile FM synthesis channel. You can apply swing to your beats for more groove, roll your hats with a dedicated roller function, use the onboard looper for glitchy beat repeats and get experimental with a randomizer feature. A rich distortion effect can subtly saturate your beats or decimate them at full throttle. Drum Brute Impact can be hooked up to other gear over MIDI and USB and can route out kick, snares, hi-hats and the FM engine separately for post-processing. These 4 sounds are affected by Impact's color feature, which adds overdrive for more exciting sounds. Number 8. Roland TR-08. As aforementioned, the Roland TR-808 is a studio icon. Its deep kick drum, crisp hats and snappy snare can be heard in tracks by a plethora of revered artists, from Marvin Gaye to Beyoncé. Roland's 21st Century Revival comes in a boutique form factor, offering authentic 808 sounds with some new features for the modern producer. The highly portable drum machine can hook up to your DAW via USB, letting you record each channel individually to manipulate as you see fit. Other great features include the ability to control the decay of many of the instruments, along with the joyfulness of the long decay bass drum, which will have hip-hop fans shaking the room with excitement. We said, the ability to sub-step instrument patterns, allowing for smaller steps in place, also brings the step programming into the modern age. Although the programming architecture is similarly tricky at first, the reward is great thanks to the thundering kicks and beautifully nuanced sounds from that era. Place this in your track, and you'll never know that it's not an original, which makes this a bargain. Number 7. Electron Model. Samples. While Electron's offering is more of a groove box than a drum machine, the 6-track instrument is still very worthy of making our list. Model Samples control surface has 16 knobs, 15 buttons, 6 pads, a display, and 16 sequencing keys. The minimal design and operation will have you creating beats in no time and will get you hooked on hardware if you don't have any already. We said, it wouldn't be wrong to think of the Model Samples as a superbly cool sequencer that also happened to do some sample playback. Each project can contain up to 96 patterns and up to 64 patterns can be chained in real time. Up to 96 projects can be contained within the MS drive at any time, with up to 64 megabytes of samples available for each project. Despite being noticeably simple in build quality and sampling functionality, this is actually an incredibly fun machine and a brilliant sequencer. In fact, if all it did was sequence, it'd still be a worthy purchase. This will work for beginners, but also for open-minded pros who'll appreciate the immediacy. Number 6. IK Multimedia Uno Drum. Uno Drum is the sibling to IK Multimedia's Uno Synth. It's the same size, weighs the same, and has the same 4-3 rotary combination on the front panel. Those first 4 dials control a matrix of options at the top left of the device. The Uno Drum is built with 12 drum touch-sensitive pads, with a 16-step sequencer just below. A whopping 100 kits are available on Uno Drum across 12 drum parts, which you can make up to 100 patterns with. We said, Uno Drum's greatest strengths are its analog sounds and what you can do with them. You can simply bend, stretch, meld and sweep all the onboard supplied analog sounds to whatever degree you wish for and could spend hours doing just this to come up with your own extreme kits. Perhaps we may even see additional sounds added with a software update. Either way, as it stands, Uno Drum is another small and lightweight piece of IK hardware that delivers beyond its weight. Number 5. Roland TR-6S. The design of Roland's TR-6S will be familiar to those who have seen the brand's TR-8S, a modernization of the TR-808 and TR-909. This 6-channel drum machine is compact and sports a classic TR step sequencer with volume faders for each voice. You'll get a host of advanced functions such as substeps, flam, step loop, motion recording and more. This unassuming beatbox is more than just a modern-day 606, though, with circuit models of the 808, 909, 606 and 707. Plus, the TR-6S supports the loading of custom user samples and boasts an FM sound engine for an expanded palette of sounds. Roland's TR-6S features built-in effects, which you can even apply to other instruments, as the TR-6S functions as a USB audio and MIDI interface. This machine can be powered by either 4AA batteries or by USB bus for on-the-go use. Roland's TR-6S does stretch just a tad over the $400 mark for USA buyers, but it could be worth the extra few bucks for the sounds it can produce. Number 4. Behringer RD6. If you're tempted by the Roland TR-06 but want to save a little more cash, Behringer's rendition might take your fancy. Behringer's RD6 is fully analog and features 8 classic drum sounds inspired by the TR-606, minus the clap, which has been taken from the Boss DR-110 drum machine. The 16-step sequencer can switch between 32 separate patterns, with the ability to link them up to 250 bars worth of sequences. You'll have access to essential parameters with 11 controls and 26 switches. In the top right is a distortion panel, which can be switched on and off and shaped with the 3 dedicated knobs. The distortion is modeled after the coveted Boss DS-1 distortion pedal. While the original Roland TR-606 was manufactured with just a silver finish, Behringer has given you a whole palette of colors to choose from. Number 3. Teenage Engineering Pocket Operator PO-32 pocket operators are among the most portable electronic instruments on the market, the clue's in the name. Teenage Engineering's noisemakers are small but mighty, and the PO-32 Tonic is definitely a drum machine to consider. You'll need the Microtonic software to unlock the full potential of PO-32 and load in new sounds, but plenty of fun can be had with the stock samples. We said, PO-32 Tonic features 16 main buttons, with 16 sounds or patterns to select. The pitch, drive and tone of these sounds can be adjusted with the 2 rotaries. Pre-programmed patterns can be chosen via the 16 keys, and you can easily add to them by choosing one of the 16 sounds, twisting its character and then recording over the patterns in a 16-step, switch on, switch off way. It's very easy and great fun. You can also add one of 16 very good effects to the mix, simply by holding the FX button and selecting as patterns play. As a drum machine in its own right, PO-32 Tonic is fabulous and offers amazing flexibility. Number 2. Korg Volca Drum. The Volca range from Korg lends itself to all sorts of experimentation, being small, portable, cheap and very connectable. Volca Drum has DSP-modeled sound architecture comprising 6 parts, each with 2 layers. Although the sample waveforms are simple sines, saws and high-pass noise, there's loads of versatility thanks to a waveguide resonator, which models the resonances of drum shells and tubes. Volca Drum has a 16-step sequencer with a motion sequence function that memorizes up to 69 knob operations during real-time recording. The slice feature will let you easily perform drum rolls, while the accent and swing functions let you pronounce specific steps and create a sense of groove. As with all the Volca models, the drum can be powered by 9V DC or by 6AA batteries for on-the-go beatmaking. You'll also get a bundle of music software to record and expand upon your musical ideas. Number 1. Roland TR-06. Roland's drum machines can be heard across countless genres spanning the last 3 to 4 decades. The TR-808 and TR-909 are true icons in music, but the TR-606 Drumatics doesn't always get the love it deserves. Designed to complement the TB-303, the TR-606 became synonymous with acid house, and Roland has brought it back for a new generation of producers, this time as the TR-06 Boutique. The compact TR-06 uses Roland's analog circuit behavior for authentic 606 sounds, with the ability to program 32 steps per pattern. 128 patterns can be stored in the memory, in up to 8 different songs. It's built with an effects engine comprising delay, distortion, bit crusher and more, along with the ability to flam and ratchet sounds for quick creation of trap beats. In our review, we said, it's unfair to think of the TR-06 as merely a clone of the original 606. It boasts all the charm of Roland's classic box but extends its capabilities, as appealing as a vintage throwback as it is a future-facing Eurorack-friendly production unit. There's little not to like.